that music. It's surprisingly funky. Oh, sorry. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the trip. You may have noticed I'm not Gary. Usually this is where I do the slow monotone hello, hello, where I pretend to be Gary. Can't be bothered to do that this evening. So here we are. I'm Mr. Tom. To my right / my left, whichever one, it's Alonzo Spencer. How you doing?
Hello, Tom. Hello, hello, Tony. How's it going, man? Yeah, good being here. I was gonna say Tony the Tornado, but anyway, good to be on the trip with Gary, aka Tom, and you as well, Tony. Hello, BX, and everyone in the chat that's gonna be joining us later on in a couple minutes. Yeah, but looking forward to talking with you guys.
As you said, BX Gunner in house, nice and early. I'll say early, on time. I'll be generous. I'll say he's on time. And obviously, last but not least, although sometimes I do think least, it's Tony Turner. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I found something very cool at my grocery store. Oklahoma Sooner Schooner beer, All American Ale.
How does it taste? Give us a mark out of 47.8. 47.8.
38.7.
Okay, that went better than I expected. Okie dokie. Thank you, Tony. So, I believe we have some international football tonight. Tony, did you watch it?
Nope.
Amazing. Me neither. Alonzo, did you watch it?
I sure did, and couldn't have my life back any sooner.
Okay, Alonzo, grade the England performance out of 96.2.
25.95 out of 100.
Explain you're working out why, what went wrong?
Well, we all know that it was a audition for many players that were on the roster being named to the provisional roster, and they looked like a bunch of kids that were trying to play kindergarten football. Seems like, or MLS football, and they really didn't get going until Cole Palmer scored. Apparently, go figure, right? And then you got goals from Alexander Trent Arnold, and he had a goal from Harry Kane, which to me, it was just a weird game because people from England, or if you support England as well, like I do, you expect England to dominate, and they look lackluster at times, more so than not. But like I said, Tom and Tony, that this England team, had it had this A team on there, it would have been a blowout. But at some parts, you didn't know what you were seeing. Some parts looked pretty good, other parts they looked terrible.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, just before I bring in player 4, just going to quickly go through the comments, otherwise I'll lose track of them. Hello to the Arsenal Misfit. How you doing, sir? BX Gunner, I believe he's referring to Tony's beer, so it tastes like shit, I bet. Just kidding, haha, but I'm going to add on to that, haha, not really. And Stefan Herentonio writings with, neither did I, don't do international football. Hello, player 4, say hello to the family.
Hello, the voice of the voiceless has showed up.
Did you see what I found, Spencer?
No, I didn't. Oh yeah, so I saw your can of skunk beer. Schooner.
Right, so
there you go.
So, okay, so you've given yourself the CM Punk gimmick on the show. So explain yourself, sir.
I'm just here to, hang out with you guys and hang out with the chat room, and I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I'm just here, man. I'm here to hang out.
Hey, I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it all.
Yeah.
Just a question. Also, Stefano and Antonio writings with, imagine paying to watch quality players just passing the ball around like a practice match.
And I did that. So.
No. Yeah. No, I'm not knocking you for doing it. Not at any point am I going to say you're an idiot for watching football. But the fact of the matter is, I didn't want to be an idiot for watching that football match. Anyway. But I'll put it this way. I had better things to do, so I did them. Oh, look who decided to show up. The host, the true host of the...
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I wish you guys had a host. I'm sorry I left you in the lurch. But I'm here now. I think there's somebody, I left the door open, somebody ran in. What am I supposed to do? And then took over the show.
Where did he go?
Oh, wow.
Tony's not phased at all. You are funny, man. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Hello there, everybody in the chat. Sorry about that. I was a little late, but you know what? When you got kids,
I'm going to
kids
file
come
a
first.
grievance with HR. There's racism going on.
Can't happen. Sorry, we already went over
the
this.
Voiceless. I'm the voice for the voiceless.
There you go.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah,
Gary,
where were
only
you,
got-
Spencer, when he took my voice away? Where were you? Where were you going? Bring
I was
back
checking
Tom.
company policy to
You
see
know what?
if
You
it
know
was
what? You know what? Big Gunner, you're gonna get blocked with those comments like that. That's like rude. That's so, I don't even know why YouTube doesn't block stuff like that.
Saying that.
Hello there. Did you say hi to everybody? Because I didn't. Can I say hi to everyone first, and then you guys can continue?
You can, but I mean, I might need to go to the little boys' room. So
Oh no! You know, if you go to the boys' room, you're blocked.
I'm gonna have
Anyways,
to dance,
if you have to go to the boys' room, I'm not gonna hold you. That is cruel. But hello, Big Gunner. Steven's in the house. Stefan's in the house. Miss Melina's joined us. Hello, hello, hello. Did I say BX? The Boogie Down is in here. Hello, hello, hello. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I know Tony was, or is it? Sorry, Lonzo was talking about the England game. I know I interrupted. Continue.
Well, yeah, Gary. I'm sure you've watched it on Ryan's channel as well. I felt kind of disappointed. Not so much that I knew what I was watching, but you know, it was kind of a slow start for them. I kind of hoped that they would have some kind of clinical goal scored, but it seemed kind of lackluster to me. Maybe Sake did that on purpose just to see who he was going to bring on the next time around, or he's going to cut. So yeah, very discouraged. But at the end of the day, it is only a friendly, and we'll go from there, I guess, on Friday. See who plays on Friday, and he narrows it down to the 25, I guess, who's going to take Europe.
Yeah. Anybody else watch it?
That was it. That no from all of us, Gary.
Everybody, there's a 3, 2, 1 count. I don't know what that means. Okay.
hey, everybody, I'm Michael Jackson.
Doesn't even sound like it. You get worse every time he comes on.
Hey, Michael.
This is Mike Tyson.
Oh, Mike Tyson.
This sounds a little better. You got to say some big. You got to say some words that are out of the scope of your vocabulary.
Come on, motherfucker.
Oh, there you go.
I must go now.
How do I beat you on Mike Tyson Punch Out?
Like I'm gonna tell you that, bitch.
All right. Spencer, did you see the game? Tony said he didn't. So that means
No.
Tony has no comment.
No, Gary. I did not watch the game.
Yeah, I watched the game. We are terrible. I should say England's terrible. I am part we there, but yeah, that was an ugly game. Ugly game. They got bailed out for the first goal essentially, but in reality, terrible. I think they had one shot for like the first half or something like that.
Yeah.
Bosnia didn't even have a shot, I think, for a long time. So it was anybody's game. I don't know what he's doing with these players. They didn't look. You see Bowen. You got Watkins out there. You've got Cole Palmer. I mean, they couldn't get anything going in that game, and it's. I don't know what he's like. If he's set for going to Manchester United, let's just say that he looks prime and ready to go. But they did not look good. Like, I know it's not the first team, but you know what? Those are some good players out there. And
Did Ben White play?
Ben White was mentioned, but he didn't.
Does anyone know if Bosnia are actually in the tournament this summer?
No, they're not.
That's unfair.
Sad.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay, so Pickford, Conser, Dunk, Grahey, Trippier, Alexander-Arnold, Gallagher, Bowen, Cole Palmer, Eze, Watkins. No Arsenal players in that 11.
Then don't care.
Yeah, I mean, he went with players that probably need to try to see if they can make this squad, right? They still haven't finalized the squad yet, so the Arsenal players are essentially on the squad, right? So,
Well,
how can they?
Came on.
How can they not have the squad figured out when they've had 6
I'm sure-
international breaks to figure it out?
I'm sure he has to figure out to this is just the C team trying to make the A team, basically. Because he has 33 players.
Round 1.
He has 33 players he picked, and on I believe next Saturday he's probably gonna cut it to 25.
Yeah, I like to think that he's going to try and take players that are in form and stuff like that, So I mean, there's a lot to choose from. So I mean, some people would say Gahey didn't look that good. So
He did. He looked horrible.
So, but I think in general, the entire team did not look good. So I don't even know how he could choose from that list. Ollie Watkins got the ball, had a really nice opportunity to probably score, and you think he didn't put much on it as far as I was concerned, and right at the goalkeeper. But we've seen him be in that kind of situation. I think he could have done a lot better. Goalkeeper may have still got something on it, but at least they would have stung his hands. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, they got bailed out with it was a tug on the jersey, which legitimate penalty in the box, but we barely ever see it because guess what? People always grab jerseys in the box. So, and then after that, it was basically over. Then they brought in the big guns, right? So yeah. I don't know.
I just don't like the idea that here you are 2 weeks after the season's over and you're already playing international football.
Very true.
They need a break.
Yeah, there's 2 parts. There's 2 sides to that, though. You let them sit out, and then they don't make it back because their bodies just break down. Right? You know how it is. You're doing something for 8 months. You take you break up your cycle, you break up your flow, and you try to go back out there and you hurt yourself. It's actually probably better to do it after the season than a month or 2 later. Right? Mentally, it is. You're still kind of in the flow. So, I don't know. It works both ways, but I kind of feel like I'd rather play sooner than later. The trick is, this is probably the worst thing, right? You got Euros and the Olympics, Copa America and the Olympics. Some of these players will be playing both. So that's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Yeah. What is this? Unfortunately, whoever seems to manage England, they all employ this awful style of football. One could call it anti-football. Awful to watch. Yeah, definitely. I don't as many. English football is not.
No. All I'm going to say is no one was upset by it when we were breezing through Ukraine 4-0 in quarterfinals, and when we were overturning deficits against Denmark. Oh, it was fantastic then. It was great.
Why would you have to be in those type of situations? You probably should be up 8-0 on Ukraine, and you probably shouldn't have had to come back in the other game. There's levels to this thing, and I tell you that all the time.
Well, other than that, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, Gary. But the fact of the matter is, when we were winning the games, when we beat Germany after being shit for most of it, the country was on fire. Not literally, metaphorically. But, I mean, it's always nice to beat Germany either way. But, I mean, we have made a habit of it over the last 100 years or so. But not necessarily in football. But is that too soon?
What's too soon?
I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
Right,
It's acceptable.
But in all seriousness, I agree that the anti-football is crap. But no one will give a shit if we win 7 games 1-0 over the next month. No
If
one
that's
will care.
their style of play, but if that's just because you're getting lucky, I don't think so. You know how
If
that
you
works.
get the trophy, nobody will care.
Yeah.
But then you can
That's
really,
exactly my point.
or then you'll sing the song "It's Coming Home" and it'll actually mean something.
Okay, let's unpack this one. I do find it interesting how countries that tend to not be English speaking, or no, let's say countries that are outside of England, tend to not understand the irony of the song. Like, we're taking the piss out of the fact that we don't win anything. It's not we're actually going to win the trophy kind of song, which no one outside of England seems to get.
You truly believe that everybody that's singing it is like, yeah, this year.
No, we're
It's like
singing it because we know in the next game it could go wrong.
No.
So you get it in. Like you said, enjoy your victories, Tom, because you never know when it'll be your last. Well, we expect it to be the last. Hence why we go for it full hog.
And I thought England were going to beat Italy that time around.
They should have.
Mm-hmm.
They should have.
Yeah.
Of course they don't reciprocate it. They lost twice.
Yeah.
Why do they hate Holland so much? They invaded them.
Maybe they don't like wooden shoes. I don't know.
What did they hate Anne Frank's diary that much?
Potentially, it was a bridge too far, as they would say.
They don't like people that take a knife to the ear. I think that's what it is.
What are you talking about? Round 2.
Sorry. What happened there?
Alonzo, to understand my role.
I don't know. Can you explain it? Can you explain it to me, Tony?
Knife.
Can you explain it?
A knife.
Can you explain it
a knife
to
to
me?
your ear, Tom.
I don't understand that. Can you elaborate, Tony, please?
Van Gogh chopped his ear off. He's from Holland. There you go. Yay.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
You won point, Spencer.
I'll take all the points I can get.
All right.
I like how Gary's just like, right, okay, let's try and get this back on track.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know where it's going. No,
let's get it out of the way. Got
all
things to say them. No, I'm joking.
I'm just disappointed that Gary's birthday's already passed, so he can't have delicious Gunnar beer.
That looks like piss in a can. I'm sorry. Made me go there.
You can't look even.
I can look on the outside. It basically says it right there.
Congratulations, Spencer. You got the Arsenal misfit to put down whatever he was doing to pick up his device and then actually go, oh, that was quite a nice reference.
To be fair, that was a good movie. That was a good movie. Bridge Too Far.
just makes me think of the time Homer tried to make himself overweight to qualify for disability, so he didn't have to go to work. And then he tried to go to the cinema, and they wouldn't let him in because of the seat issue. And then a guy shouts over, "Here's a movie for you, A Fridge Too Far."
Hmm.
I was like, yeah. I mean, it ain't my joke, but it just amused me. And I could just turn anything into Simpsons, and I'm going to.
Yeah, yesterday was a 30th anniversary of something, Tom.
30th anniversary of something.
Can you say
Yeah,
it, Tony?
something with Simpsons. Homer went to visit Ned.
What happened in 1994?
He
A
went
lot of
through some
people that
hedges.
turned 30 today were born.
He went through some hedges, then hid back into a hedges when he left.
Oh, it was the episode where he befriends Flanders, and then Flanders gets sick of him, and then he turns into Terminator.
Yep.
The T-1000 to be specific.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
30 years.
sorry,
huh?
Gary. Sorry. I'm sorry, all right? I can't help it. I smell Simpsons blood. I'm going for it.
I hear it. Oh. Yeah. There you go. Little history lesson for you guys. That's no love lost there.
Sorry, can I read this out in my best history voice?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Germans also promised they would invade Holland, and the following day they rolled into the Netherlands. Holland couldn't defend herself. Tried to do it like the old-timey black and white vids.
There you go.
Squeaky tint in it.
All right. Well, that was our England segment.
How many more segments we got, Gary?
I don't know. We'll see how this thing
Thank-
goes. That's the first
Did you
one.
plan any segments, Gary?
I have thoughts.
Are they complete thoughts, Gary?
Tony, you don't even know what that means. Those
Yes,
are
I
just some
do.
words for you.
That's not there.
When's the last time you had a complete thought, Tony?
Thoughts.
Yeah.
Thoughts.
Go on, Tony. Tell me a complete thought.
Gary has a
Take 5
Navy
minutes.
Arsenal hat on.
What a so,
What a guy.
No, that's not actually what I'm laughing at. But anyway, sorry. Just actually, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry, Alonso, say something, anything. I don't care. I mean, it's all that Red Bull I've had.
hey, is the Champions League over? Is
Oh,
Real
yeah.
Madrid gonna win them all, or is Mbappe the curse that kills Real Madrid's run? Is he the Harry Kane for Real Madrid? Because he seemed to be for PSG. Is Real Madrid strong enough to combat any of the negative vibes that could come from bringing in Mbappe?
Mbappe has a World Cup, so
What kind of sucks
Well, you
about that,
can't win
Gary?
World Cups for Real Madrid, so it's not really relevant to me.
but he doesn't. But it does because he doesn't have a history of losing. He's won something.
No. Champions League was the first thing I brought up. Let's stay on target. Let's stay on the same road.
No,
Champions
Spencer's
League.
Nope.
right, Gary.
Nope.
Spencer's
Nope.
right.
Mbappe
What do
had-
you mean? Why are you backing him? 1 second ago, you
Yes,
were
I'm saying right.
No,
Mbappe
Spencer's
scored 3
right. He's
goals
not
in
a
the
consummate
final
loser.
against
He's
Argentina, right?
teamless.
3 goals.
Yes, sir.
This is not Harry Kane.
Did he win?
Ooh. What
He
does
won at
that have
least
to
one
do
World
with the
Cup.
Did
Champions
he win that
League?
one?
He didn't
Well,
win that
what
one.
does that have to
We
do
all
with the
know who
Champions
won that
League?
one.
Huh? What's
We
that,
all know
Tony?
who won.
I was asking Spencer what that had to do with the Champions League.
Well, it has to do with the pedigree that Mbappe is. You're comparing Mbappe to Kane.
Ooh.
Kane is all he is he scores goals. He doesn't win anything.
I said Champions
Mbappe's
League.
won stuff.
You can take it wherever you want, but it doesn't carry. It doesn't stick with my Champions League. That's why I brought up the Champions League, because that's the one thing he doesn't have.
Oh, so
He'll
is
get it.
Messi a loser because he never won the Champions League with PSG? Is he a loser? Is Messi a loser?
Then Mbappe, he played with Monaco and PSG, and neither of them have really been competitive in the Champions League. So,
Yeah.
But my point being, Gary, I was going to say that Real Madrid are losing 2 leaders. They're losing Nacho, and they're losing Toni Kroos. And who's going to keep, Mbappe in check whenever he starts acting out and all that mess? So, if anyone knows who Real Madrid's captain's going to be next year, maybe it's going to be Modric. But who knows? But whoever has to deal with that mess in the locker room and on the pitch, good luck, because I don't see Mbappe clean up his act anytime soon.
So you're expecting a downfall. And I was just asking a question.
Well, I'm asking you a question, Gary.
Yeah, you sound like you're thinking that he won't bring
Well,
titles for them.
maybe the Liga, because right now it just seems like they got better in the league. Now, if Champions League football comes around, you may be better. You may be surrounded by better players, but is it going to carry that chemistry they already have? So that's my observation going into next year. Because we all know how big-headed he is in the press and in the locker room at PSG. He wasn't really. So him and Messi didn't get along there at PSG. So as you know, there's a lot of characters at Real Madrid, but they don't really lash out in the media and all that mess. So it'd be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I don't recall, and maybe you can give me some examples of where PSG.
What do you want us to say, Gary? Because you're getting lots of answers, and then you're telling us, no, that's not good enough. That's not what I asked. That's not right. What do you want us to say, sir?
Why are you going after me for?
Because you're technically going after our answers.
Spencer said he won the World Cup. Alonso rightly pointed out that he won the league with Monaco against the PSG juggernaut. So he's not a specific loser, is he? He's not historically a loser.
You
and I know
even
you're going to say,
and
no, it's the Champions League. I get that. That's what you're asking.
Yep.
But he has a history. It's not like he loses in everything. And PSG doesn't count. Like, obviously, you can sleepwalk to the French league title with that PSG club business, whatever. But in the Champions League, he has proven that he is a loser, which is fine, because that will probably change at some point over the duration of his contract.
Yeah,
now he's going to a team that's basically won more than most countries in Europe, won more than as many as the England clubs combined, won more than Portugal.
Yeah.
He's won
Portugal.
more than Bosnia Herzegovina, whatever.
I'm laughing at myself. It's not nothing Tony's done. Although I'm sure I would laugh, but
he's won more than Gibraltar. Sorry.
I mean, no matter how bad they are in the Spanish league, they always win with Champions League.
So I need to go after one of you now, or Gary's going to be upset. So who we go pick on next? Pick on me. Come on, I'll take it. You'll pick on me.
There's nothing to go after you for. What are you talking about?
Probably the smell, if anything.
What?
It's hot day here, so. Just saying. No, in all seriousness, I think it. I don't know what to say. It's you'll probably get the first inkling of what it'll be like when you actually see them play. Because we don't know how they're actually going to factor him in, do we? Who are they going to drop?
That's the big question. I've heard people say they're going to go with a 4-3-3, which I assume means.
Yeah.
Well, they're losing. Are they losing? One of their starters isn't he? It's Cruz, right?
Yeah, Cruz and Nacho are both retiring. The club captain.
Cruz is leaving, and Mbappe's, pushes Bellingham back to the midfield line. You would think.
Does anyone know how much they're paying him?
I think 600K a week, 100 mil sign-on bonus or something like that.
Oh, so
Paid in
financial
installments.
fair play's all right when they're paying it at. It's okay when they're spending money.
I think they make a lot of.
I'm not doing that.
I don't know
to put you
how
on
they
the
do it, but
spot.
they
I'm
make
just
a lot more
making-
money than everybody else, I guess, right?
There are lots of Spanish enforcers there. They're just going.
Yeah. How they can do it, we don't know, right?
You don't know about the Spanish mafia, do you?
Two.
How do you make it sound so cryptic? Like you literally just said to Gary, "So you don't know about the Spanish mafia, do you? Well, you soon will when they come for you, Gary."
What?
How you said it. That was the
Jesus.
tone with which
And
you
keep
said
in
it.
mind, this came from a guy that's sitting in the middle of Oklahoma right now, too. By the way, so for context,
He's hiding. You know what? He's hiding in plain sight. You know, the mafia is looking for this guy with glasses.
Thank you, Stefan. We need more of that in this chat.
Yeah.
The mafia always find you.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Now, you know, everybody says it'd be interesting to see how they line up, and then how will they? You know, could they go invincible? All right. You would think in La Liga they could go invincible, right?
Nah.
And like think about it, and then they go to their bench and they go, "Oh, Enrique, here you go. Here's some extra minutes to play with, right?"
Saying that,
That's a pretty hard way to go undefeated.
That's what?
A hard way to go undefeated.
I know you're talking into your hand, dude. Can you talk into the mic?
The mic's right there.
Oh, but you put your okay. All right. It just sounds like it's bouncing. It's not bouncing right off your hand.
we don't have a lip reader on our other show, Tony. That's going to steal what you're
Oh
saying.
yeah. Oh, is that what it is? He's got the mafia people checking out, see what he's saying.
Spanish mafia.
But Spanish mafia ends up to be in the Eastern Aspers.
I saw a Mission Impossible where where the guy was telling him what to do. He was mouthing the words. Remember that? When Tom Cruise when he was strapped to the gurney.
I never understood that.
You know what?
Isn't that part of baseball still in the signs?
The Denver Broncos.
They still do it.
The Oklahoma Sooners.
They might beat the Chicago Bears.
Oh man.
They beat the Chicago Bears in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Chicago
I
would
don't
have
mean
to
it
make
like
it there.
Chicago Bears. I don't mean like Chicago Bears are going to beat them. I just mean neither of those two are going to be playing each other in Super Bowl, are they?
That would be an interesting Super Bowl.
It would. Don't get me wrong. I'm now going to look up Paddy Power / other betting sites
And see how much. See
what are the odds on that being
a penny bet probably gets you like $1 million, £1 million.
Yeah. I didn't even really mean to pick on Denver Broncos. Got nothing against them. They're one of the few NFL teams I don't dislike.
Mm.
That list does not include. That list does include the Dallas Cowboys.
Everybody hates the Dallas Cowboys. That's
what about Mr. What do you think of Mr. Elway?
I have a lot of respect for John Elway. I respect most Super Bowl winners.
Yeah, it just took me a while.
What?
Speaking of, yeah, you sort of trailed off a bit there, Tony.
I know. I was like, what did you say?
I said it took him a while to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he got what, 2 in a row, and then he said bye.
Yeah.
Probably the best way to walk off. If you're gonna walk off, that's how you do it.
Did he not relieve Brett Favre of his Super Bowl trophy?
Yeah, the first one was against the Packers.
Excellent. I mean, not that it happened. I just mean that I remembered it correctly.
That's right. It's like Michael Jordan should have walked off after he had won 6 in like 9 years. It's probably time to. That's when you walk off, especially with that shot that he took to win the 6th one. Dude, that's how you walk off. into the sunset.
Blessing in the sky.
Yeah. How do you keep pushing yourself when you're winning like that?
Because
It's
you want
hard to-
another one, Tony. That's how
Tony,
you
I
keep
hear
pushing.
you're a different kind of god.
a different kind of what?
Can I put it on screen, Gary?
I don't. You're in control.
It's your show, Gary.
I don't know
I'm
what
in
you're
control
about
of
to do,
nothing.
so you got me like wondering. Go ahead.
Well, no, because Stefan wrote Tony is a god of football knowledge,
Yes, sir.
which is debatable, obviously. I don't even have to
No.
tell you all why that's debatable, but it is.
No,
And,
not
someone-
on Arsenal
someone-
fan circle. Ask Ray who won his last 3 Arsenal season predictions.
Tony, if I need you to stop talking, I'll just go and get Stan's wife to say anything to you.
I'm gonna let my dogs in. Sorry.
Now you
You
just
lying
confirmed
fucker.
what we were
You
all
lying-
thinking.
you
You just
lying
confirmed
fucker.
it just now. Yeah, right. The dogs needed to come in.
They
Interesting.
did.
It's not true. How come
It
you
is
had to
true.
go off the screen to get the dogs, but you didn't earlier in the show when you went to get the dogs?
Very true.
You did that live on camera.
Yes, sir.
I let the dogs out. I did not
Anyway.
follow them.
Anyway,
Right.
the important thing is,
Is Tony
I had my
drunk?
wooden
No, this is
schooner.
Tony.
Yeah, he is drunk because he's drinking Sooner beer.
I only had one sooner there.
Turn to tornado.
You're already
much
slurring,
beer.
sir.
All right, so where are we
I
going?
always do that.
Where are we going to next? We talked about Mbappe. You all believe he's gonna run rock shot through the Champions League, win all the trophies, right?
I just think it's inevitable because he's not Harry Kane.
True.
Yep.
Like
Harry
he's
Kane.
won something. He's won. Like we've established, he beat a good team with a less good team to win a trophy, and he beat I want to say beat Lionel Messi originally when they did win the World Cup, and obviously they beat Croatia and all that, but he won the World Cup with France, which he should, and he won league with Monaco, which arguably is an achievement. Therefore, but with the team he's with, they should win something.
You're forgetting one other thing, Tom. He had 3 goals in a final. It was a penalty shootout and a Qatari government away from 2 World Cups. So,
Well, you know what? You could say a lot of teams could have multiple Premier League titles because of the similar things.
I want to hear from
It's
about
not true. You said
government.
You said it's not true.
What are you talking about? Oh no, we're talking about. What are you talking about?
I thought you wanted to hear me talk about the
Tony, let me hear
Cup.
what's Gary saying. I can't hear Gary. Hold on a second.
You
What are you
gave
saying?
me reasons for him not winning the World Cup, and I said the Premier League has been lost similarly for multiple teams.
Well, the Premier League. Well, maybe they do. Never mind. They do have influence. Sorry.
But I'm just saying with the reasons why.
Saudi influence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Qatari influence in the Premier League too.
Yeah. Just saying.
Under 15 charge SC.
Hopefully Tony is not doing anything like this. So.
Yeah.
You don't mix medication. Please don't do that, Tony.
Probably best if you do not do that.
Yes. Yeah. Never a great idea. And then Biscon is going to tell us what he did, something he shouldn't have done.
Tony's pulling the face of someone who's like, oops, too late. Too late. I could have done with those kind of comments about 30 fucking minutes ago, lad.
There you go. Well, I thought that was not beer. That's why I said it was probably, piss. Because,
Kool-Aid. Yeah, we know what it is, Tony.
I can't.
American now.
You know what? It's got a nasty color and words on it, so I really don't want to look at it anymore.
It's actually embossed, Gary. It's embossed.
It's embossed. Oh, can you feel it, Tony?
What's the alcohol percentage, Tony?
Let me get my snooping device here.
Moving on.
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm getting a bit excitable.
What?
I'm excitable.
I legitimately think Tony's mixed booze and medicine right now. I think that's the revelation we're getting at right now.
It's not boozy.
Oh, well,
That is not
I
correct.
surmised that when it first came up. Because if he hadn't, he'd have said no.
No, I have not. It has 4.7% alcohol.
Oh, okay, that's all right. You'll be all right.
Nah,
Oh, with Harry Kane's goal, he has now surpassed Ronaldo for international goals scored.
Fat Ronaldo.
Well, he wasn't when he scored those goals. He probably could come in and
he
still
was
score
when he
goals.
scored some of them.
He could play better than me right now, and I'm not fat. So
He is. What I think is really important in this discussion is, and I'm not going to do the thing where I assume you all know nothing. That's not fair. But it's really important that you realise how good Fat Ronaldo was. There was a time where he was the best footballer on the planet.
Yeah. Well, you know what's crazy? You look at some of those old videos, and you're like, players don't even do some of that stuff now, and you know that they've had more than enough time to learn any of those skills. You know that the technology, the ball, the boots, the everything should allow them to do those things. They can't. They can't do it. Like you barely see it now. Like they were showing a video of some of the moves that Erdegaard makes, and you're like, that's close to some of the stuff that you would see back in the days when players do it like that's just natural for them, and just moving the ball, getting the ball past defenders, making them look silly, and if you don't slow it down, you won't notice it.
Then you didn't have groundskeepers fucking with the pitch as much, did you, Tom? Let's have a super crazy pitch.
Do you think the grass was the reason why they played
It matters a lot in these games. They'll play slower.
So they're playing on better pitches and they still can't make those same moves? That's what you're trying to say to me, right?
No, a lot of them are worse pitches because they water the shit out of them. It's still raining. So you just slide and the ball goes very slow.
What I will say about Fat Ronaldo, right, and I'm well aware of, like, back to praise him, we call him Fat Ronaldo. Well, I'm calling him Fat Ronaldo. I'll say it again, Fat Ronaldo, Fat Ronaldo. The important thing with him,
does he know Fat Pretty Brother?
Sure, 100%. Sorry, what's wrong, Alonso?
Oh, Tony was interrupting you for 15 times.
That comes with the territory, so we have to just either
work
through it or whatever. So
yeah, Tony, with respect, for 4 seconds, please shut up. No, in all seriousness, he was so good that he had a seizure half an hour before the World Cup final, and Nike had such a financial stake in him playing the match that they essentially forced Brazil to play him. That would never happen now.
Was it 98?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, don't get me wrong. He played in the match like he had just had a seizure, and he wasn't there. But
Tom, wasn't that Brazil France, right?
Yep.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that was a good World Cup
won
too.
that match. Yeah.
It was a good World Cup. Over that, I was 17 years old. 16 turned 17. That's good.
Maradona's fascinating as well.
Yes.
But
So
like I say,
Holly joins us. Sorry, I
didn't
say, but Holly has joined us. Mrs. Spencer.
Hola.
She's technically always been here.
That's
I was about to say, Spencer's not going to say hello to his own wife.
You can turn around and say hi to her.
No. That's too simple.
Spencer.
That's too what?
Do it like any guest on the show, like to the camera. Hello, Holly.
She can say, Tony, Saliba was always going to play. No, we're not going to do that.
Wait. Yeah, did you refer to Holly as Mrs. Spencer?
Yes.
Yes.
Holly Sprockins.
Well, that's what the marriage certificate says.
Ooh.
At least,
I didn't write it. That's the judge did it. I didn't do it.
Holly Scroggs is
Everybody's
not
saying
Holly
hi to
Spencer.
Oh
Mrs.
my
Holly.
god!
There
Sorry,
you go.
just couldn't help it. Couldn't help it.
Epileptic attack. Oof. Yeah. But you know what? What a lot of some of these players did back in the days is
I'm
crazy, right?
confused.
I mean, they probably played with torn this and that, right?
It was the chaos of that final. Even though I was 13, I remember it. They'd got a team sheet that Ronaldo was not playing, so they read it out on air like he's not playing in the match. But it was a mystery injury, like no one knew what happened. Only came out years after, and basically then about 5-10 minutes later, they got handed another sheet where they were like, "Oh, he is playing. This must have just been a mistake." Yeah, fucking
We gave
playing
him
him was a
enough
mistake.
smelling salts for him to be able
Yeah.
to walk onto the pitch.
Just imagine the controversy nowadays. You know, I mean, look, the Premier League just finally brought what concussion subs a couple of years ago.
Yep.
So they're a little bit behind on the health and welfare of
Was it?
players.
That's the thing. It's like you know, how many fingers do you see? And you're like, I see 3. All right. They're like, okay, hit the middle one. He's like, you know, that's kind of the mentality of how the sport was back in those days.
I
Everybody's
remember
you've had the ringing of the head, and it's like, oh, just shake it off, you'll be fine.
I remember doing that when I was 18. I was back here. It was right after Halloween. My dad bought me like 2 bags of sweet tarts, so that's probably why I passed out. Nothing to do with skateboarding. But got to the hospital. The guy had a St. Anthony's hospital shirt on there, so he asked me what hospital that was, and I said St. Anthony's, and he said, nope, I'm just still in here. So
I don't know what you just said.
I'm saying I didn't know where I was, Gary.
I
I just read the guy's shirt.
He had a
I was trying
concussion.
to be sneaky. I was knocked out for like 55 minutes. Just about 30 days of school.
Yeah, I was in college when I got my first concussion that I know of, and all my friends were calling me Gary, and of course my formal name is Philip. So I was saying Philip, and they were all saying Gary, and you could see the look on the trainer's face, like, oh, this guy's gone, doesn't even know what his name is. So yeah, but I was right, but I was wrong in the whole situation there. So yeah, but you have that head. Your head is, you know, it's weird sensation. Weird sensation. All right, let's get back to some football. So everybody liked that talk about Ronaldo. Ronaldo. I'm not going to talk about his size. He's
Yeah, actually, BX Gunner's got it right. He's technically R9, like Ronaldo 9.
True R9. Yes. The training sessions ruined his knees.
But still, if I say Fat Ronaldo, you all know what I'm talking about. So, whereas if I say R9, I'm not sure you'd all know what I'm talking about.
Well, is there more than one R9?
Well, yeah, in a lot of teams, to be honest, like Ralph 9.
There's
probably.
not. You're just making stuff up now, but that's all right.
No, I am. I'm literally making up, but I can believe there will be a player out there with a last name that begins with an R, and he's
not going to be called R9. I'm sorry.
They might.
No.
If I was number 9, I'd be
you would
R9.
definitely not be called that.
No, I'd be called a
I'm
lot.
sorry. I'm going to be rude here, but that's not happening.
Well,
man.
if my last name was Ronaldo, I'd definitely be Fat Ronaldo. I'd probably have it on the back of a shirt, Fat Ronaldo. Like, I'll be thrilled.
Are you being obtuse?
I'd go to the gym, but
you being obtuse? Obtuse?
What do you mean? He's not being obtuse. He's basically saying it how he feels.
There was a joke in there, Gary.
He wasn't joking. There's a joke in there. Oh,
He was
I didn't
making
get it.
joke, am I being obtuse? I was being a little bit obtuse, but I also kind of believed what I said.
See, that's why I think you weren't being as obtuse as there. So there you go. See, here we go. What is this? Then later, Gary joined YouTube and discovered more crazier people than that make look they make look concussion look like the easy way out.
That's a horrible thing to say
I
about
know
Alonso
that's
and
oof.
Tony.
Oh. R9, R10, then Neymar messed it up. R11. So we're still waiting for R11. There you go. Yeah. I mean, who think, Ronaldo, sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
So the thing I respect Neymar for, I
What's that?
respect that for multiple years he has got away with always getting booked in the game before it's his sister's birthday. And making sure he's suspended for that game on that
Interesting.
date. So he never plays because he always goes to celebrate this, which again is something in of itself. Like who loves their sister that much to actually like try and avoid work for it?
As much as he got paid, he should have just worked it into his contract, you know? They do crazy stuff anyways. Look, I don't play on this game. On this day, right? You know? Bergkamp's like, look, I don't fly, so make it work,
in your mind.
right?
Bits Gunners literally sat in your brain, Gary.
Get in.
Get out of his brain, BX Gunner.
Yeah. There you go.
You
That's scary.
dial up.
That scared me.
Dial up Rohan.
I mean, think about it. How much money is that guy making? Dude, he's like, give me a day off. When?
He's making
This day.
slightly less than me. Slightly less.
It's like, oh, you guys, an era's come to an end. 8.5 years ago, the king of Egypt joined us. He's now leaving us. Mo El Neni has left the building.
Yeah, I mean, he became a cult hero to some people. You know, he was very quiet and very cool. Kind of got hurt there a little bit, but he was a squad player, and whenever he would play, he did his best, and I admire Anene for sticking it out. He could have gone elsewhere, but he stayed and had a few loan spells here and there at certain teams, and he came back, didn't say a word about anything bad about Arsenal, and we admire people like that don't talk bad about the team, and his their players and the players admired him, and so I mean, I miss the guy. You know, he's a good character to have on the team. Whether he played or not, it didn't matter. It's just a real teammate, and he sacrificed a lot to be at Arsenal, and I wish him well.
I remember one. I don't remember a lot, but I do remember one of the games he played where he came in. I believe it was against Manchester United, and we needed to see out the game. And he came in and basically was just all over the place defending and seeing out that game. Right, I think Aubameyang had just scored a goal or something like that, I believe. But he came in and basically we needed to shut things down, and he did that, running around just doing whatever he could to make sure we got the ball back and we pushed it back up the pitch and see out the game. So he was good for that, and as some people say, he was a consistent 7. For us, his 7 is not equal to some other people's 5s, but his 7 is consistent, so you know what you're going to get every time he played. Right, you barely saw too much of a drop off. If there was an issue with the way he played, you saw it every time. If there was positives, you saw it all the time. You never had to wonder what kind of player am I going to get, what kind of play am I going to get from Mo, and then he brought it every day. Every day. And they said he was good in the locker room, and some people said that's why they kept him on. Cool, but I guess now we need the room. We need the room.
I would have rather had, but extra midfielder and say, hey, you could be a coach.
You walking the dogs, Tony?
I am tagging myself with that's one thing.
You're tagging yourself, you said?
Fair
And
enough,
putting
fair
one of
enough, fair
these
enough, fair enough.
Dexcom things on.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Any words, Spencer, on Mo El Neni?
Nope. Thanks for stopping by. No, I mean, he's he was.
Thanks
You
for
can talk
coming, pal.
about the Broncos. You can't talk about Mo El Neni. Oh goodness! How can you talk about the Broncos and not talk about Mo El Neni? Come on, give me
Did
something.
he play?
It
Did
was so
Did he play for the Broncos?
It was so eloquently said by Alonzo. I don't know how much to follow it. I mean, he was right about him. He was kind of a guy that, break in case of emergency type player, right? Like he could give you a couple games, but you're not going to rely on him for 38. But he's a good mentor. He was good to have around. I know some people in other stratospheres were like, "Why are we paying him $100,000 a week?" Well, oh well.
I don't think he got that much, but yeah,
He was getting a decent amount, but I know people were whining about it. So, but no, I think he's going to be, 8 years with the club. Best of luck to him. He probably, he got his coaching badges, started working on that. So, I think he'll be thought of, I guess, in a positive light on the way out, if that makes sense. I mean, it's true professional, accepted his role, could have been disgruntled, but wasn't. So, I guess that's the best way to say it.
cool. And for those who don't, you have something you want to say, Mr. Tom?
Well, yeah, kind of. Like the impression I always got of El Neni was like he was a 7 always a minimum 7 out of 10, a maximum 7 out of 10. Like that's what
Exactly.
you got every time, regardless. Like you were getting nothing spectacular ever, but he was rarely shit. But I actually more have a question for Alonso, my boy Alonso. I've got a question for you. I'm gonna need your full attention, sir. 100%. I need you focused. Are you focused?
Yeah.
Okay, the question is, how the fuck does Austin Sinadorich have a win and not Martin Truex Jr.?
Austin Cindric, right? So this is Alonso's NASCAR corner.
Wait. How do you just stop in mid
Ryan
topic?
Blaney ran out of gas, and Cindric happened to be the guy.
Wherever you felt like you wanted to go.
Gary
So,
said we were going
Martin
back to
Truex
football.
Jr.
I'm
had
giving
a
a man a
rolling
hockey
left
segment. Now
tire.
you're like, no. We don't need hockey segments. We need.
He gets no fucking corners, all right? I'm just asking
So-
him. I'm repeating his tweet back to him. That's the joke, Gary. He tweeted
Right.
this, and I'm re-asking him it in form of a
So
question.
Martin Truex Jr. had a flat tire on the left rear. Then a caution come out that Josh Bailey caused, and he ended up being 3 laps down. Ford has not won anything except the All-Star race. So, yeah, it's basically a crap season yet again. So anyway, that being said, there's your answer, Tom. He had a bad tire, came back to pit road, ran a couple laps, boom, another caution come out. He was 2 laps down. 2 laps down. So
I have a question for Spencer as well when he comes back about Mike Leach.
He's back, so.
Question about Mike Leach, okay?
Did you just
What
go through like the?
what
Do you
percentage-
just like search things on the internet?
No. What percentage of a Hall of Famer do you think Mike Leach is?
100%.
Oh, that is
Beautiful.
terrible.
Beautiful.
Answer.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Hall of Fame for what exactly, Tim?
Tony,
Oh,
I've
football
got
Hall
a
of Fame.
question for you, pal.
Tony, is Tony being Tony? Or is Tony being different?
I've got a question for Tony.
give or take.
Jessica Alba, hot or not?
This is not that kind of show. No.
Gary.
You know what?
No,
You know what?
sorry.
You know what? No. Because you know what happens? You know what's going to happen? I want to stop this before we go down that road. No. You're starting something. We don't want to even go. We don't want to finish it. Go on, Tony.
I'll let you answer, Gary, because I
no,
know
you can't
exactly
answer
where
it,
this
Tony.
came from. Nope.
Tommy,
I don't know
Tommy,
where it
finish
came
it.
from, so I don't know what
Gary,
the answer should
It's
be.
Jessica Alba. She's obviously hot. Obviously. I mean, come on now. Even Stevie Wonder's going to take a look at her and go, "Oh boy, she feels hot," or whatever. Anyway, sorry. I'm sorry, Gary. I'm sorry. I can't help myself.
I know it's off season, so we have nothing, no football to talk about.
No. I'll tell you what it was. I'm on the Full Nelson Twitter account to get the stuff for Monday Night Raw, but then all their tweets are on the feed, so I was just reading them back to them. I thought it was amusing. It amused me.
No, I thought it was. I thought it was one of your detours that you like to do.
Nope. That's 100% the rationale.
No, I didn't say you didn't have a plan. I just said it was one of your detours. Whether you like that word or not.
This came from a Sin City movie. Yes.
This is what I meant. Now this is where you're taking the show.
Yeah.
Put it down. Take it off.
There's nothing wrong.
Put it away.
Put it away. Basically going.
You got all your clothes on.
Put it away.
Which is right. And was it even a question? Right. But anyway, I'm sorry. All right, Gary. I'm fully prepared to just sit in silence for the next 27 minutes as punishment. In fact, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do.
No, stop it. See, this is where you go. Stop it. You know you want to talk. And plus you have crisps, so you're going to have to talk.
That's true.
My dad will be in Philly tomorrow, so.
Hello, sir.
Yes. So it's graduation time over here. So, yeah. All right.
Getting rid of the last one out of the house, Gary.
Something like that. Moss, what's up? Says, what's up, lads? Moss, he put a picture up of a bear on the side of the road. And I said, run. He said, oh, no, it's all right. They're okay. As long as the mom's not nearby. I'm like, dude, that's why you run. You see a baby cub in the woods anywhere, run. Mom's coming. He's nearby.
Just make sure you don't give a bear cocaine. We figured out cocaine bear. That's another good thing.
Yeah.
It was a funny movie, though.
It was kind of funny. Yes.
At least the first half of the movie was. Became a like.
Hey, teams are voting on VAR. Mr. Tom, should VAR be scrapped?
Yes.
Tell me more.
I think they should go with. I could be wrong here, but my instinct is to say that they should go with automated offsides more than VAR, because that seems to get less shit across the across the form that do use it. It seems to be less controversial. But granted, I'm not looking on social media for what Spain think of VAR. So when people go like, "Oh, no one else complains about VAR," and it's like, that's not true, because you're not looking for it. Like, how would you know whether Serie A has problems with VAR? Because we're all in our own echo chambers. Like, social media is tailored to what we are looking for /at. Anyway, no. The application of VAR, the issue is that humans that run it are not good at running it. But I'd rather the referees get to just like shit on refereeing in championship all the time. But if they're wrong within 10 seconds. Like, they're immediately wrong. And they're either right on the decision or they're wrong on the decision, and you get on with the game. In the Premier League, if they're wrong on the decision and it's taken 5 minutes off the clock, that's 5 minutes you're not getting back. because most games have the same amount of injury time anyway, depending on who's winning or not. But that's another discussion. But sorry, I'll shut up on this. But just my inherent feeling is that they should get rid of it because it'd be funny to see people wanting it back the first time something goes against them. That's the actual reason I want it gone, because it'd just be funny.
Very true. And Lonzo, you're coming up in a second here. But as Moss says, hit the likes. They just want to eat. Springtime. I don't know what that means. Oh, the Bears. Yeah, they just want to eat. But guess what? They might confuse you for the food. So run. VAR MLS
Bear
in most
spray.
cases work
Bear
rather
spray.
well. Nobody carries around hairspray when they see a bear. All right?
Bear spray. Bear
Nothing
spray.
wrong with VAR. They need to get rid of PG. PGMOL should just handle the referees if that's the case. But they shouldn't do both. Video assistant Rangers. So, Lonzo, talk to me. Keeping VAR?
No, because to me, it seems like the referees take so much time to figure things out. And as a fan, as an Arsenal fan, you point to the game against Newcastle as one of those reasons why we don't need to be VAR, because, to check three fouls essentially, or 3 points that it should have been disallowed, that goal, is the reason why VAR shouldn't be allowed anymore. And as a fan, you get discouraged when things don't go your way, and it's wasting so much time to figure it out on why it's not a good goal or bad goal. So at the end of the day, it doesn't benefit anyone except for Man City, it seems like. So with that said, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would be okay if they got rid of it.
I hear that. And Tony, you keeping VAR?
I've always called it video hindrance refereeing. It's not necessarily VAR. It's more to do with the refs. And I was gonna go off of what they were doing at the end of last season. They said they're gonna look at refereeing, look at VAR, and they did at the end of last season, like the last couple of weeks. But none of it made it into this season. And they say you can't have a goal scoring part of your body be offsides, but they do that all the time. So they need to learn what offsides is. They need to worry about getting the refereeing part first. But I don't think it needs to be outright stripped. It just needs to be reworked and retooled because
So just make sure you're keeping it.
I'm keeping it, but altering it.
Yeah. Spencer.
Well, you know my answer, Gary. We're absolutely going to be keeping VAR.
No, that's not what I asked you. Let's try. Let's go back. Let's go back to the question.
That's exactly what you asked. You
I said, are you keeping VAR?
Yes.
Or not?
I'm absolutely keeping it. I answered it 3 times now.
Oh.
We're going to keep it. And here's why we're going to keep it too. Because at the end of the day, and Alonzo, you said you're discouraged by the VAR right now. If they remove VAR, you'll be even more discouraged when there's no way to correct the wrong call they screwed up. Here's the problem. If you have people that don't know what they're doing, you get rid of them. You get automated offsides. All of a sudden, now offside decisions that would take 4 or 5 minutes to figure out take 10 seconds to figure out. I was at a minor league baseball game. This is basically like under 23s. And they can challenge balls and strikes. You know how long it takes them to do it? 15 seconds. Because they have automated system to figure it out. The Premier League, you can watch them. They're trying to figure out, you got these old men in the back trying to figure out how to do this mouse and draw these lines. Get rid of the guys that don't know how to do the job and get some people that know how to do it. Because if you're willing, hold on, Tony, I'm not done. If you're willing to scrap VAR, then you have no issue with bad decisions. You're okay with it. So don't complain when a decision goes against you. You had a system, and especially if you're calling for the scrapping it, you had a system to fix it, but you decided, well, I don't like the system anymore because it takes too long. Do you want the call right or do you not? I want the call right. I don't care how long it takes. Get the call right. Sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
I was asking a minor leagues if they still use the pitch like thing. They had the cameras out there at
Yes.
center field, and they would call the ball for strikes.
Yep, they used it, I'd say 6 times on Sunday. Very efficient system. Quick. Very quick. Automated offsides will revolutionize this game. I absolutely 100% believe it. Now, if we could find out what a penalty is, that'll be the next challenge. But one thing at a time, guys. One thing at a time.
I hear you. And I definitely, I'm in agreement. Well, here's my thing. If you're not going to split VAR from the referees, then scrap VAR. They shouldn't even be the same entity. They shouldn't even go to the same office. They shouldn't be on the same floor. They shouldn't know each other like at all, right? It should be separate. It can't be the same front, like it needs to be separate because you are policing yourself, and we know that doesn't necessarily work a lot of times.
But where it's screwed up is that you're not policing yourself because you're not having a referee going to look at the monitor.
You're missing what I'm saying. I just said it's like policing yourself, and we know it doesn't work, Tony. That's what I said. So that's why I don't believe it works the way they have it set up right now. You can't on one side referee the game and then tomorrow go, you know what, I'm going to help you correct and what is it? Clear and obvious mistakes. Well, according to VAR, most of the time there is none because they never change it, right? We've never seen it overturned. Why? Because then then they would be correcting a mistake, and they don't make mistakes according to the way that they go through the motions. So for me, either if it's not going to be separate, it can't be used. You know what I mean? It can't be used. They cannot be like I like how, at least in the States, and we always bring it back to what we do over here. I think they just have cameras sitting in an office in New York, and they look at they review it there. Those people don't know what's going on in the game. They can't hear the crowd. They don't know all that stuff. They just look at a video screen and go, what do I see here? And what's the answer? And then they push it back, right? That's how it should be. I don't know. I believe the referees are in the building. I think they're in the building. Is that right? The VAR official, I think, is in the building. And I don't know if they're not, but if they're not, then that's fine. But they shouldn't be the same people.
They might be in a truck or something, but they're there.
They are there. For me, I would rather them just be so far away that they're not even close to. They can't, they can't hear, see, or anything. They just looking at a video screen. So
it's the execution of it too, Gary. Like they have a pitch side monitor. They should be sending the ref. No, they shouldn't be just taking the refs. Hey, we think it's overturned. No, you need to go look at the monitor. Yeah. They have the monitors. They have the monitors there. Use them. Yeah. We see it in MLS.
That's a part they've always gotten wrong on it because it would take so much less time. Yeah. Plus, you're having him see, okay, I made a mistake. I thought I saw this, but this is what it's showing me. I mean, it's not that hard.
I mean, the ref should be at the monitor in the beginning of the evolution, immediately straight to the monitor. Hey, we got something. Go look at the monitor. Let's look at this together.
Yeah. But you know what? They already come in with a perceived notion of what they're seeing, and it's like that's not your. If the referee's the one making this decision based on what you see, then let them see it. You know what? And if at some point, if we all see the same thing, and they give the wrong call, then they needed to be able to justify that, and that's the accountability that comes into that, right? The ball hit his hand. Why is it not considered a handball, right? If it doesn't hit the hand, it doesn't go in. Well, whatever the case may be. So.
But think about the Wolves is asking for VAR to be scrapped instead of asking for VAR to see. This is the bad part of it. If one of these clubs just say, hey, you guys aren't executing it properly, what ends up happening? All of a sudden, there's a target on their back for bringing it up. Instead, the easiest answer for them is we'll just scrap it all together.
Well, because you know what? They don't want to fix it. They've been asking for it to be fixed for how many years now? And they're not fixing it. So if you're not going to fix it, then why are we using it?
Because you still get some questions that were wrong, right? That's the whole point.
When have they got anything right?
The statistics back it up, Gary. There was an article that put out that when VAR brought in and increased the accuracy of calls by a certain percentage, each one of those calls has an impact. I mean, we're talking about the onesie twosies that they missed. We're also talking about the execution of actually doing the VAR itself. That's another question. But the reality is they've gotten calls they've missed. I mean, look, we watched 38 Arsenal games. How many times did VAR bail us out, or how many times did we get a VAR decision that went against us? It happened. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if they're getting something that would have been wrong, right, that's still something that's 2 points here, 3 points there. It's not perfect. We're never going to have a perfect executed officiated game. That's not going to happen. But I mean, the system's there to help out some of it, even if it doesn't get 100%. I mean, gosh, can you just imagine how bad this sport would be as if they didn't have instant replay and you got every single sport around the world? Cricket has instant replay. All these things rugby has it. But because the Premier League can't figure it out, the best league in the world, allegedly, we can't figure out how to officiate our games. We're going to scrap instant replay, but still claim to be the best league in the world.
Yeah.
And we have gambling too.
Yeah, part of me is the thing that VAR has done and instant replay, or whatever you call it, in any part of the world. What it does is they don't have to do their job anymore. Right? It's supposed to correct clear and obvious errors, right? But now what they're doing is trying to perfect the game. I said this all the time. Just make the call, and if we need to correct it, we'll correct it. But just make the call. You know what I mean? That's because basically all you're doing is saying, now you don't even have to do your job anymore. So then at some point they're perfecting the call, and like you said, we can't be 100% correct. So then why have them err on the case of, I'll let the video guy fix it? No, it's your job. You can see it. You're in the middle of it most of the time. Most of the time you're making that call based on the way the flow of the game's going, right? If people are beating each other up all the time, and you know this as the official sitting there, and you see something go in there that easily is a penalty in the box, but because of the way the game's being played, it's just two coming together. You know, when they say players coming together, and you're like, not really. But if you look at the game as a whole, you're like, that's basically happening every play. We're not going to call it. Yes, it's in the box, but it's the same thing you see everywhere on the pitch, and he's letting it go. All right? But VAR is going to step in there and go, no. That's why I think he should just make the call, and then they can hear the audio, and he's like, I saw it, but it's not a foul. We're letting this one go. Let's move on.
So we got to improve the execution of VAR. That's what it comes down to. And then if they're not going to, I mean, who's going to hold them accountable? You know, that becomes the second question.
How far, Gary, is the NBA referee center from you?
How far is the what?
The NBA referee place where they review all the.
I don't know where the basketball one is. I'm assuming it's in the. I don't know, because the referee. You know what? You see the referee go and look at the tape, right? You watch the video and then let you know what's happening. That's the part that we don't get.
All three referees look at it. That's what, and they listen. All three of them listen and watch what happened.
Yeah, and the thing
it
is,
takes just like 90 seconds. And
it's not. They don't review every play, right? And that's the thing. Like for me, like in college, they review every play, right? Right? They review every play, right?
Every
play. They review every play, right? Most of them. So for me, I kind of felt like. Like I said, I think they need to just call the game. That's what I think they need to do. Who cares if there's video? You need to make the call as you see it, or else then you're not doing your job. So then what's the point, right? You can have anybody out there just running around with a whistle, right? Did the ball go out of bounds? You know what? There's a sensor in the ball. Yep, it went out of bounds. At some point, you don't need an official because you're just gonna go back to the video and check it out anyways, right? But I feel like if the referee's part of the game, they should be part of the game, making the calls that they're supposed to make.
Think about the other thing they do. All scoring plays are technically reviewed, right? They check for offsides on every single one.
Yeah.
So, like, I just think it comes down to they need to be more efficient on the time, because Tom mentioned time, Alonzo mentioned time. You see what I'm saying? There wasn't really to get rid of it, but the time of execution seems to be the problem. And I mean, the penalties, I don't even know what a penalty is in the box, Gary. And I don't say that just to get a laugh. The Trossard one where he got pulled, I think it was the Brentford game. You're like, if I pull your jersey at the 40-yard line, for example, on a counterattack, I'm going to get a yellow card.
Yep.
So if I'm pulling a jersey in the box and blatantly you can see him being pulled from behind like a kid being walked in a mall, like, you know, what are we doing here? So I just don't think – I think getting rid of VAR automatically takes the game back. It pushes it. It'll bring the evolution of the game further back. It won't grow the game. It'll actually discourage fans more, I think. And you've got all these leagues with betting sponsors and betting this. Like, where's the integrity of the game? I mean, Paqueta right here being charged for getting yellows on purpose isn't being talked about enough by BX. But, you know, I can go buy a championship team right now. I could buy a Leeds jersey tomorrow and get Sky Bet on the side of it as the patch. But there's integrity in the game. You know what I mean? Like, all these leagues, and this goes to America too. We're in bed with all these betting companies because they give all this money and all this stuff. Are these games up and up in the other hand too, right? Shave a couple points here and there, over unders. It's probably easier to do in the NBA than it is to do in soccer, but you know, it's
over unders in football.
I mean, what so you talking about for you guys? There's no over unders?
Can do.
Yeah. I mean, total goal score 2.5 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, you do it on that. You do it on corners, cards.
Yeah. I mean, some of that stuff is, I mean, if you had a little insider information, easy, right? The cards especially. I mean, I'd hate to call our game corrupt or any stuff we watch, but it's hard to really, the blinds are really blurry when you're taking money from a betting sponsor, if that makes sense.
Because all these now, it's like FanDuel, there's all huge sponsors of the 4 different American sports leagues.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see. And then what's crazy is, all right, we'll take the money from the beer companies. We'll take the money from the gambling companies, but oh no, we will not take the money from the cigarette companies. It's like what? What? Why? Wait a second. Tell me again. What? Wait, why is their money not green like everybody else's? What's the?
That's like you had Bally's that's going away, but you had Bally's on the regional sports channels, and they wanted to implement more gambling by just watching the game, and you could just bet having something on your controller. It never got that far, but that's what they wanted.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Yeah, no, like I said, I just feel like you're like, we're gonna be all high and mighty about no cigarettes, but then you're taking money from everywhere else. So, you know, and they're all basically bad for the sport in general, right? So, yeah, this is a comment I was holding on to. Yeah, he's taking yellows and
For wind tunnel?
I don't know what that was, but yeah.
Oh, like a airport lobby for a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
That commercial.
They say for each charge, you could get suspended for 10 years. So I think he has many of those charges. So his time in football could be gone.
You know what's crazy about this one, Gary? Like, I think about it. Everybody said, "Oh, we should go get Tonali, gambling. We always should go get Paqueta. He was a name people wanted to go get to. Look what he's about to get to." Mm-hmm. Let's just. I know people are going to sit there and talk about Partey and whatever he's allegedly accused of doing, but let's just be thankful we've kind of been very fortunate with who we've transferred in or who at the club has a little bit of integrity as of right now. So
yeah, I err on the side of they're all human, so you don't know what they're doing, and they're all human, so they all do stupid stuff, and you don't know. So, for me, Alonzo, anything you want to say about that? We're talking about sponsors. We're talking about charges for Paqueta.
Yeah, it's a shame because he makes a difference for West Ham, and he's a good player, and not only for the club but for Brazil as well. So yeah, it is kind of unfair because he may have been may have not known about betting or whatnot, but there has to be some kind of consequence with that, and it's a shame because many of these players aren't knowledgeable about it. Maybe there needs to be his agent may have been better at least to tell him that that's not right, or may have been abusive towards betting, because it can be an issue if you're not careful with it as well. So it has to be a consequence, but like I said, if you abuse it, then that's another thing. That's another issue as well, and it's unfortunate, but that's West Ham's problem, not ours. So
No, I mean the reason why I think it's a little, it's in bad, it's ugly and all of that in terms of sport. It isn't that he did it; it's that everybody in his hometown, for some reason, was making that bet. I think there was a correlation between who was making the bets and where they were located in regards to where he lived. They seem to be pretty close, if I recall, from some of the things I've seen. So I think that was more the case. That's how they were able to kind of figure things out. Because when you see a number of large bets being made for particular action, and you go back and you look at the game, you're like, something smells here. Something doesn't look right here. So I kind of feel like that's kind of how he got caught there. I think if it wasn't these outlandish bets that were being made, he probably wouldn't have got caught. But criminals aren't always smart. So
No, they are not, Gary. They are not smart at all.
So they get caught. Yeah. Marlboro was taken out of F1. Yeah.
I just have a quick request.
Yes, sir.
If anyone can find Uncle Howdy and just remove him and his QR codes from the earth, I'd be eternally grateful. Thank you very much, everyone.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. I am happy. I don't know what the world that means. I think.
Did we get a new one, Tom?
We did get a QR code.
I don't know what that means.
Can you do what you did last Thursday, Tom?
You guys can talk about it on Thursday. Talk about it on Thursday. Don't waste my time. You have a whole 4 or 5 hours of wrestling. You can chat about anything you want. All right, 6 hours. 6 hours. Mr. Tom is all about 6 hours. He wants to break the record. I think he's bringing Guinness.
I do not want to break any record.
You're bringing Guinness over.
You motherfucker.
You're bringing Guinness over. You called them, right? You sent the email. They said they're coming. I can play this game too.
How long have you had that planned, Mr. Spencer?
About 15 seconds ago.
Can I see it again? Is that what I think it is? Do it again. What is that?
That's Uncle Howdy.
Oh boy.
Yep, Uncle Howdy.
I can barely see that. Okay.
Howdy ho.
All right. What is that from, by the way? Because I don't
Wrestling.
know. That's a wrestling guy comes out like that?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. I was thinking, initially when I first saw it, I thought it was the Saw little figurine thing, and I was like, "That's interesting."
The Billy puppet.
That's what I thought it was initially. I was like, "That," but it's just really dark. Usually, Billy's is not in a dark place.
He's been putting out QR codes for weeks, and I've been trying to decode them live on the show.
Yeah. Some people said he should have just went. He should just go to City because they know how to get off on charges, right? So,
we're 11 weeks through so far trying to decipher this.
All right.
For something we know what the answer is.
I hear that. I hear that. So we talked about VAR. All right. Well, let's finish up because we're actually it's 1:30 already. 1:30. It's an hour.
Tom, do you
90
have
minutes.
any Chris?
Yeah. Do you have any
Chris?
Chris?
Look at
I
look
do
at
have
me.
Chris.
Yeah. Do you know what?
No.
Yes, you have Chris. So guess what time it is, people? Guess what time it is?
No.
Yes. I'm gonna smile. Everybody, get your smiling face ready.
We didn't get
That's
hockey
not
corner.
Nope. I love those videos. I need
I
more.
hate that video. I hate all three of them. I hate all three of them. I'd rather 100. I'd rather decipher 100 QR codes than have to try that Indian magic masala again.
Do you just wish you just ripped the whole bag onto a floor? That's what you're trying to avoid.
Tony, you're exactly right. I once woke up in the middle of the night sweating, and I was like, no India's magic masala, no.
Yeah.
You taste
What
like
was it
shit.
trying to make you do?
So what do
Right,
you got
so-
today? What do you got
So
today?
this week, Lays again, obviously. Extreme cheese and onion deep cut.
Extreme cheese and onions.
Hold on, I thought you
Extreme.
hated cheese.
I do hate cheese.
Oh, so this could be a good one.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
is
But he does like cheese.
Spencer, mark down the time.
a minute 32, Gary.
A minute 32.
I mean, an hour 32. Oops.
Tom likes these onion chips, so you know.
Promise
All right.
you, more oniony than cheesy. Extreme oniony, in fact. Sorry, this is just.
There you go, people.
Oh,
Check
just
your
some
time.
deep ridges, baby.
All right. The deep ridges full of I was gonna say full of cheese and onions. It's grabbing his throat. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Did he need a Heimlich?
Yes, Tony. He wants you to hug him.
Heimlich,
Delicious.
not hugging.
Delicious, people. It sounds good. This could be a good score.
You know what? He eats about 8 and 10 seconds. It's a good score.
All right, let's get a score. It is 90 minutes.
Yeah, get a score. Don't make love to it.
What is that? 8 out of 10?
10? 8 out of 10?
8 out of 10, folks. Sounds like a good one. Sounds like a good one. Nice.
Extreme.
Extreme cheese and onions. All right, people. Everybody, you ready to have your say? Lonzo, you're up first.
Yeah, just looking forward how the summer play out. Hopefully, Southgate gets it right during the Euros. Looking forward to seeing how they play in their first real 11. Looking forward to see how Arsenal bring in. There's already talk that we might get Cisco from Red Bull this week Red Bull. Yeah, I just hope that we get the signings that we need to win the league next year. Thanks to Gary for having us, Tom, Tony, and Spencer. Good to see everyone in the chat as well. See you guys next time.
Cool. Tony, what say you?
Well, just ready to get back to football already. Don't want to watch all of international stuff. Don't like it. Used to like it. But now it destroys regular club football because you got these guys playing so much. You got them going 6 times during the season and national breaks. Ridiculous. Used to be 2 for a long time. Now I'm just ready for regular football to be back.
Yep. Football will not be back until August, so you got essentially 2 months, 2.5 months. So, all right. Next up, Spencer. What say you?
Happy Monday. 4 more days in the week. Anyway, so congratulations to Tom on your crisp score. Enjoy your week, guys. I don't really have anything other than I'm enjoying the break from football because that means we can't lose, and there's nothing to ruin my mood. So I'm enjoying the little break. Need a little recharge. It's a long season. It'll be here before you know it. That's all I got. You guys are amazing.
There you go. Mr. Tom, say bye.
One second, sorry, I was doing fine. Right. Thank you, Gary, for providing us all with the platform to provide our expertises, that we have inside of us. But it's a shame that Gary actually showed up for this, because if he doesn't, it tends to be a blessing in disguise. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. No, wait. No. Sorry. No. I was quoting the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, no, in all seriousness, thank you all. Thank you all for being yourselves. Again, thank you all for being yourselves to allow me to be myself, to then be like, rah, rah, rah. Anyway, sorry. It's fucking Red Bull and Pepsi. It's the worst thing in the world. So put them together. Anyway. Sorry. It's kept going, hasn't it? Tony? Oh, you don't interrupt me now, though? Oh. It's fucking first, isn't it?
He's saying a nice guy. Let finish your chat. You want him. You know what? You say you don't like it, but you love it. Because when you don't get it, then you're like, something doesn't feel right. Right?
Isn't this time over now, Gary?
Yeah, it probably is. It's like when the boy, like the boy back in the days would like punch the girl, and she'd be like, ah, and then he stops punching her, and she's like, why does he not punch me anymore?
Come on, Gary. Just tell him to say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
So basically, what we've learned here is that Gary used to punch a lot of girls.
I did not say that.
That's what you just said.
All right.
You go around the playground. You go around.
Say bye, Mr. Tom. That's not what I said.
Did you bite their ears off, Gary?
Stop it.
Why can't you go in with
Anyways, everybody, thank you for joining us. Mr. Tom, Lonzo, Tony, Spencer, thanks for joining me on this ride. I know we went everywhere and anywhere. Everybody in the chat, thank you for joining us. We'll do this again next week. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but I think next week will be almost the start of the Euros. I think. I guess Saturday it starts. So Germany kicks it off.
Hanukkah by the time.
So there you go.
Tom stopped speaking there.
Yeah. So everybody, thank you for joining us. Also, if you don't know Kevin Campbell. Why do I have Kevin Carter? Oh, that's the Florida Gator guy. Kevin Campbell, a Gator great. I see. I've got it. Yeah. Kevin Campbell, Arsenal great, and Everton great. He's going through some health things right now, so hopefully he pulls through. And we'll a lot of people have their thoughts on him, hoping he's getting better. So we shall see about that. Everybody, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys on the next one. We'll be back on Saturday. I don't know what we're going to be talking about then, but we'll do it. And everybody, thank you. And we're out. Hit the likes. See you later.
Life is a journey. Don't waste your trip. Enjoy the ride. There you go.